So I have to be in Ohio, the middle of Ohio, Dayton, and then stop that. Monday afternoon after 2 o'clock. So I got a big road trip. I'm just going to go point this thing north, and we're just going to go. Well, let's see what happens. I made Cloudland Canyon State Park. Got my tarp set up, got my stuff, put the tent in the back. And I'm going to come back, set my tent up. Really don't want to do it in the rain, but this isn't going to get any better. It's supposed to get really, really bad. And I'd like to be in the tent trying to sleep when it's really, really bad. Got my little itty bitty tent strung out in the bed of the truck. Forgot how fiddly it was. I should have practiced with it because I forgot everything. There's a lull in the storm. Sun's peeking through the trees. Got some really noisy neighbors. It is what it is. Weather's coming through in about 50 minutes, I think. So I'm gonna make some food. Add some oil, avocado oil, because it's neutral. Flame's too high, I'm gonna turn that down. Picked up at the last store I found on the way to the park, and picked up some carne picada, I think. It's just sliced up, chopped up, finely chopped up steak, like skirt steak or something. Gonna get a little color on that. And the pan I'm using is an military issue and has been for decades. They're probably still using it, I don't know. My grandfather gave me this one. This is the one he was issued in the 1940s and flew with him on missions over Germany in a B-17. I'll chop up some onion while that beef gets some color on it. That's how I peel the skin off of mine. Now what you're not seeing is me running back and forth to throw the bits away because it's bear country, and there wasn't a close spot to hang my trash bag, so it's a foot or two, maybe 3 feet to my left. I'm not even going to bother trying to get a fine dice on this. I'm just going to chop it up. I'm not picky. Normally I just zing the bits off into the woods, but these aren't my woods, and I really don't want critters bugging me in the middle of the night. And that spatula I've had for a long, long time. It's the first implement I bought when I moved out on my own. That and an aluminum pot and a cast iron skillet. So that sucker there is 27 something years old. Getting a little moisture out now. That's all they had. I was hoping to get a bottle of it, but all they had was little packets, and that was the best looking one they had. The best looking brand. Had what I wanted in it. It's like paprika, onion powder, garlic powder, salt. Usual suspects, and taco seasoning, maybe some cumin, I don't know. Throw my onions in there after moving the beef to one side. Let's sweat those a little bit. Doesn't have to be perfect. From start to finish, this whole ordeal took, I think, 15 minutes. Salt and pepper the onions. The salt will help draw out some moisture. The pepper is just because I like pepper. I had to stop at the store on my way up to get groceries. one for groceries and one I was glad it was the big blue box grocery slash whatever store, because I need to pick up some stuff I forgot, like a pillow. Forgot some other stuff too. I don't remember what I forgot now. I'm gonna cover that and let it just keep the heat in. Steam up the onion, steam up the meat with the onion steam. And I cut up some cilantro. Fortunately, I am not one of the people that has the genetic trait that makes you really despise cilantro. Makes it taste like soap, apparently. Fortunately, I'm not one of those. Asparagus, on the other hand, it does its thing. Rather wish it didn't, because I like asparagus. Let me chop up a Roma tomato here. Rustic, I suppose you could call that. Check on my meat and onion concoction here. Just making sure it's not sticking to the bottom. I'm gonna mix the onion into the meat mixture. Sorry for the crotch cam. Avocado. This is how I peel mine. What you didn't see is me removing the pit, and, well, didn't really remove the pit. I left it cut around the pit and then gave it a twist, and the side that the pit stayed in, I'll use it for breakfast. Toyed with the idea of chopping this up, but I'll just peel the skin off the flesh there. Tortillas, I went with flour. Normally go for corn, but didn't really want to dink around with having to cook them, because you're supposed to cook the corn tortillas, at least heat them up, because they do better that way. Flour's a lot more forgiving. Corn for tacos, flour for burritos, and this is more of a, I guess this is more of a burrito. I'm going to eat them like a taco, but yeah. Cheese. What kind of cheese do I use? That kind. I think it's Monterey Jack. My tomatoes, cilantro. I don't know why I didn't do tomatoes on both at the same time. Whatever, you big dummy. Going for all the tomato, and I'm not going to put all the cilantro on. I'll leave some of that for breakfast, I think. Maybe. I don't remember. Somebody's driving through. Pretty sure they're watching me wondering what the heck I'm doing, because it is at our RV campground. Let's take a closer look at that. I think that's going to eat. I'm going to stuff that in my face hole. If it wasn't so noisy here, this would be peaceful. Found the hammock in with my sleeping bag. Forgot it was in there. Yeah, just chill out for a bit. Morning. It's 6:40. Been moving for about 40 minutes-ish, just futzing around. Got my bag ready to go. I'm going to check out the West Rim Trail. I was hoping to catch the sunrise, but Cloudland Canyon is living up to its Cloudland name. I don't think there's going to be a sunrise. It's not going to stop me though. The trail's about 5 miles. See if I can even do that. It's supposed to be moderately difficult. We'll see. We'll see. It's nice and quiet here. Some of the barking dogs. Somebody brought their bear. Holy moly, that St. Bernard was huge. Train your dog, not with a shock collar. Good grief. Or leave it at home, or get a pet sitter for it. Poor animals. It's in the rain, sleeping under the picnic table, getting soaked. I don't like this view through the lens, that is. It's not wide enough, it's not what I'm accustomed to. But when I go to wide, it gets dark. So I can't use it really right now. Not that I'm going to be using it a bunch. I just wanted to show you how quiet it is, except for the animals, which that counts as quiet to me. I don't know how long this connector trail is. Can't be that long. 3/4 of a mile, maybe. We'll see. Right after I said 3/4 of a mile, it was right there. Not even a 1/4 mile, if I had to guess. Hey, Iowa State University. Helping out in Georgia. Thanks, guys. I'm gonna go that way. Allons-y. I hear the sound of rushing waters. Either that or it's the sound of wind through trees, since it seems to be continually changing pitch. Huh. But this is treacherous. But the view from here is spectacular. It's not in a cloud. What a cool granite. Onward. I spy a nod to safety. Ah, look at that. Not sure that's up to code, though. It's not to my waist. Man, if I'd known this is this close last night, I would have walked out here last night, watched the sunset, because it was setting. Listen to that. That's got to be a waterfall. Changed my mind about the wind. Scenic overlook, out and back. But that wasn't enough, apparently. Not that scenic today. Nod to non-co. Holy mac and cheese, Batman. Holy moly. Spider web. Big sign. Don't go that way. I think the sun is trying to peak. I wonder how many people have gone that way and have not come back. It is at least 150 feet straight down. Holy moly. Cloudland Canyon living up to its name. Can't see a darn thing. Just trying to figure out where I was on the map. Had a pretty good idea. That settles it. I'm right. If I remember, if I don't get lazy, put a picture up where I think I'd be on the map. It's the second set of cabins, trail to the second set of cabins. Shouldn't have slammed that monster like I did. Yikes. Another news. I'm wide awake and full of go. So maybe I need to do that more often. I just can't talk straight. Like that's different from normal how. Anyway, I was more or less correct about where I was on the map. My sense of destruction's not gone yet. Another overlook. I'm not skipping any of these. It's the whole idea is stop and look at everything. It's treacherous. Modern safety here. I'd come up here and just sit in a chair under an umbrella. Sipping on an ice cold soda pop. That is very far down. Anyway, that way. This is the last of the overlooks before the trail heads north. Been heading east this whole time. I head down there. It's treacherous though. I think the hard part's over. It's a road down there, which means I've been heading more west than north for the past little bit. It's been like this. Whee! Switchbacky. Yeah, so I'm gonna cross this road. And I'm further along than I thought I was, but the trail's been nice and smooth and easy. So I've been able to actually walk and not pay every bit of attention to where I put my feet. Just have been having to pay attention to the spider webs. Yeah. Yeah. Hey. Let's go. Safe. Trail that way. White Blaze. Walk-in campground. Checkpoint WR2 West Rim. Hey, that's what that means. And look at that. Modern technology. It's assuming you got a signal. I'm going to go that way. I didn't stay in the walk-in. Probably should have. But I wanted to stay dry. I was tired from driving all day. And I forgot my umbrella. Ooh, something's been through here. Somebody dragging their feet or something. That right there is the source of all the racket you could hear way down below in the canyon. This is where it starts. But that little trickle building up from a bunch of other little trickles and falling down a rocky escarpment make a bunch of noise. Huge racket, huge racket. Biggest racket, everybody, some would say. Hey, I recognize that. I recognize that. All right, now we're gonna backtrack. We be here, gotta go around here to there. It doesn't look far, but it's steep. Oh well, easy part's over. Andale. There's that little trickle we just passed, come up 80 feet maybe. Already loud. Yellow blaze, that way. I'm hungry. I had one Dorito and a Monster for breakfast. I didn't want to cook in the dark because I forgot to bring a light like a dum-dum. I even looked at the light before I left. Said, hey, don't forget to grab that. And I forgot to, whoa, hello, nurse. See pretty good down into the canyon now. So I'm going to stop at all the overlooks on the way back too. Maybe the sun will have burned off enough of the overtop, whatever you want to call those clouds that are like the top layer. Ugh. Almost wish I couldn't see down there. That's insane. It's starting to dissipate. I can see some granite across. You probably can't. So probably what I'm going to do is go make some breakfast, eat some breakfast, break camp, and yeah, you can kind of see it. Then I'm going to run back down here. There'll be about an hour. I'll run back down here and see what it looks like then, because it's not that far. Almost back to the campground. It's the West Rim Trail, Cloudland Canyon State Park. Highly recommend. Sturdy shoes. Definitely sturdy shoes. Maybe something to keep the water off of you, because you're on a cloud. Breakfast. Set up for breakfast. More stuff I bought from the big blue box store, what sells groceries too. Just gonna slice open some breakfast links. I'm only gonna use half of them because, yeah, now I'm gonna try an experiment. Not sure it's gonna work. Biscuits. Some oil. I'm gonna throw some biscuits in there. I'm only gonna use about not even half the can, I guess. I'm gonna try to heat those in that mess kit while I'm cooking everything else. We'll see how this goes. Yeah, slice up some bell pepper. That's how I do mine normally. Probably a faster way. I like to use as much of the bell pepper pith and all. I really don't care. Unless like the pith is like extreme. Seeds, pith, everything. And bell peppers are expensive. I want to use it all. Get some nice color on those sausages. Look at that. Using a plastic fork. Why? Because I didn't bring a metal one. And they're too fiddly to turn with my spatula. It's going to be lots of fiddling and faffing about on this one. Rustic dice on my bell pepper here. I'm not in any kind of hurry. It's my favorite way to cook, out in the woods, out of the back of a truck or on a picnic table. It does have its challenges. There's another half of that onion from dinner last night. Just going to chop it up. The sausage has already been done, but I'm going to throw some of that in there. Actually, I'm going to throw some more in there. You know what? I mean, come on. Oh, what the heck? What the heck? I'm just gonna throw it all in there. Every little bit. All of it. Mash it down in there. Oh, I lost a piece. I wonder if I noticed. Biscuits back on. That's how you get rid of the pit or the seed of an avocado. I'm going to slice that up. A lot of people like to dig it out with a spoon. Yeah, that works, I guess. I've never tried it. I like this way. It's going to be lots. I'm going to put the biscuit straight on the heat. Lots of fiddling about. Color on the sausages. Just cheap, gross breakfast sausages. I don't normally get these. It's a form factor that works, though. More peeling avocados. I don't know what that was. I think my neighbors are packing up. They were arguing earlier about him not letting her help move the giant fifth wheel. Yeah, whatever. They probably had oatmeal or cold cereal for breakfast. And here I am doing this. After a 5+ mile hike out in the woods. Little paprika on there. We'll check our biscuits real quick. One of them is not getting much color on it. The other one is getting a little too much. So, I don't know. Keep trying. Trying to keep stuff moving in the pot. Or skillet, rather. Just make sure nothing gets stuck. Pulling it on and off the heat's gonna really, it's gonna let the heat settle into those sausages. I want the veggies to be cooked, but I like my onions and bell peppers with a little bit of bite. You cook yours how you want. I'm gonna cook mine how I want. They're puffing up a little bit. I am surprised by that. I'm glad it's working. Just surprised it's working. I would have had to have thought of something else if they weren't working. You can see I'm offsetting the makeshift oven there towards one side, towards the biscuits. That's not getting the heat. I'm gonna crack open an egg. And she goes, broke the yolk. Oh well, who cares? Cracking another egg. Scramble him up. Get it all throughout that. I'm getting hungry all over again looking at that. Goodness. Back on the heat. Cover it or not, maybe. I don't know what I'm doing here. I can't see what I'm doing. Oh, yeah, look at that fork. That's why you don't use a plastic fork. You get fancy slicing up aroma. Maybe not. I'm just going to slice up aroma. Cut the butthole out. Slice him up. Because I'm going to cut the butthole out of the other one first. Now I'm going to slice him up. I think this whole ordeal took about 30 minutes. My nice rustic dice. Check on the consistency of the eggs. I want this cooked all the way through. I don't like runny bits of my eggs. I like mine on the dry side. Unless they're fried. Then I want my white nice and set, and I want the yolk to be extremely runny. It's weirdly, I like my hard-boiled eggs just hard-boiled. I do not like a soft-boiled egg. I'm not a big egg person, I guess. That's looking much better. Got a little BCB action going on there. That won't affect anything at all. I think I'm getting ready to call it. Yeah, I don't know. What the heck? Oh, okay, that's what I'm doing. Some cheese left over from my tacos. Gob on a load of cheese. Kill the heat. Now I'm going to get in there, I'm going to cut the sausages up. I'm cutting across the length of the sausages, kind of trying to get them in bite-sized chunks. I missed one, that's okay. You can really hear my neighbors packing up now. Now I'm going to dress him up and get him ready to eat. Not even going to cut up the avocados. Going to leave them nice and thick. Biscuits. That looks like a hearty meal. Breakfast in the woods. I'm gonna go gob that in my face hole. Just got to break down camp. A lot of people are bugging out already. Weird. Just got here last night. Leaving already? And giant campers. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and break everything down. It's kind of damp, but it'll be okay. It'll be fine. Now, this is what you pay to see. Cowabunga. Up in the clouds. Here we go. The rocks. Hey, lizard. Hey, lizard. Look at the rocks. Can't see anything because of the glare. Ah! I'm on the other side now. I was there. That flat spot. Kind of see the railing. That is where all the racket was coming from. Right below me. Holy moly. There's one of the overlooks there. That's where I was earlier this morning. Yikes, that is a long way down. There's another source of racket. Where are you? There you are. I feel like it was all the rain we had the past couple of days. Look at that. The sign says that is called Siton, Sitton Gulch. It says it's 900 feet down from here. So I was way off when I said it was 100, 150 feet above the trees there. Way off. In fairness, I couldn't see what I was looking at. If I knew anything about geometry, I could tell you what those rocks were. I was thinking this would be the spot to be for the sunrise because it comes up straight behind me. But where I was this morning is the spot to be for the sunrise because it comes up over there, which this still be cool. If there was a sunrise, West Rim, where it's hard to get to. You actually got to walk to it. And nobody want nothing to do with that. Except for me. You know why? Just past a guy with an artificial leg below the knee. If he can do it, I can do it. Mine just hurts. At least I've got mine. I got to get out of here. Start a day 2. I'd like to be in Dayton before the sun goes down. We'll see. This reminded me of the time I was out on a road trip and stopped at the base of the Snake River Canyon. Well, at the top of the base of the Snake River Canyon. And the canyon proceeded off in that direction towards open land and that direction to canyon. And I could hear a jet way above my head. And listening to it, I thought, that's not a bypass engine. And there's 2 of them. That means military, probably a fighter. So I'm looking all over the place for him. And I happened to look down, and there he was, screaming along the lake at the floor of the canyon. Some 1,500 feet below me. I don't know where that bird went. Probably looking right at him. I don't know. Anyway, I gotta get back up that. Now I really need to go. So I left there and just started driving, and I'm pretty sure I was on that road there because I saw that town there. So I followed this road here and saw signs for that. Crossed into Tennessee. I think I'm somewhere around here because I saw the river. Let me tell you, I would have filmed that road because it was awesome, but that road required attention. How much attention? Yes. Yikes. Amazing, but yikes. So I'm gonna follow this, I think, until I start seeing signs for 27 again, which means I'm gonna have to cross. Get it. Yeah, I'm gonna pull up my Tennessee map and see which one of these 27s I need, because one of them looks like interstate. I don't want interstate. Don't think I want that one. Switch maps. Well, that's it for part 2. Pollywogs, tadpoles. Thanks for hanging out if you're still here. I appreciate it. Hopefully it's been a fun ride. Tadpoles in there too somewheres. Part 3. Just be a big museum visit. Thanks for checking in. Thanks for watching. See yous.